Is it a waste of time or not? Stick around. And we're live. Welcome to English Palette. Today, a special class because it's Friday, right? It's Friday, and every Friday we're doing an English Debate Fridays special event. And you are in for a treat. Today we're going to be debating space exploration. Is space exploration a waste of time? We have amazing panelists lined up for us here, so we will get started on that in just a moment. But I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Jack. I'm a professional teacher. I teach English for academic purposes, but also I've taught all kinds of other types of English as well. But anyway, we are live. If you're joining us right now on Discord, we are also live on twitch.tv/EnglishSpot. That is my Twitch channel. And we're also live on YouTube. This is really exciting. Probably first time in history when such things are English class/debate gets live streamed, and it uses global participation. So if you have comments or questions about today's topic, please stick around. There will be a time for you to take part in this lesson as well, to make a comment or ask a question. Well, so let me bring up the right screen on the screen. So first of all, I would like to give a big shout out to the English Hub, which is an amazing Discord server we are on right now. This is a growing community of learners. We have just passed 9,000 members, and the server is growing rapidly. If you are not a part of this server, you should definitely join the English Hub. It's a safe place for you to practice English, make new friends, and of course, join our lessons. Right. So let me explain the format of today's debate. Very good. So I'm going to bring the relevant thing on the screen. Yes, so today's topic, everyone, is space exploration a waste of money? And of course, as you know, we are live on Discord, on Twitch, on YouTube as well. And if you only have Facebook, there is a Facebook group where I am streaming right now, even though it is not that popular. But some people just don't have many options. So very good. Well, let me explain the format of the debate. First of all, we're going to have the opening statements from both of our sides. Okay, so there will be 10 minutes for each team to speak for. You don't have to take the entire 10 minutes, but that is the time limit. So first, the yes side is going to speak. Yes, space exploration is a waste of money. Then the no team is going to start their opening statement. And then, of course, part two is the rebuttal. So both teams are going to respond to their opponents' arguments. That is, again, 10-minute block each for each side. And finally, in part three, there's going to be a free exchange between the two teams. Both sides can discuss this question freely. And this is not timed. We'll just go and we'll just see how it goes and whether there's more to discuss or not. And then we're going to enter our part four, which is actually the Q&A. So if you have any questions, if you are if you are interested in debating this, well, what I want you to do is hold on to your question, and at the end we will start taking the list of speakers, and you will be able to get in then. All right, everyone. Is everyone ready? Is everyone ready? Okay, very good. Yes, I'm looking at the classes chat. And we have, let me first of all, and how rude of me, I need to introduce our speakers. So today we have a special treat because for just a second. Too many screens. Too many screens. Okay, here we go. So in the affirmative, we are going to have Noya and Marvin arguing. So they are going to kick it off for us. And then in the negative, arguing against the question, which means saying that no, space exploration is not a waste of money, is going to be Sinlex, hopefully, if he shows up. And of course, Sapphire. All right, everyone. So maybe we can unmute Noya and Marvin. Who would like to go first? Who would like to go first?
Maybe I can go first.
Okay, Marvin, is that okay? Noya is going to take the first 5 minutes of your 10-minute opening statement. Is that okay?
Marvin, are you there?
Hello, Marvin.
Marvin, hello.
Hello, Marvin. Houston, we've got a problem. We're talking about space exploration. Marvin, maybe we cannot hear you, so can you try and reconnect? I will let you back in here. Try to disconnect and then reconnect, and in the meantime, I will just let Noya take this away. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to start our debate off with Noya and his 5 minutes for his opening statement. Ready, Noya?
I'm ready.
Okay, very good.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Time start.
Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you for everyone for attending this debate. And then I say today is space exploration waste of time and money? For me, yes. Because from the first time it's NASA creation to space exploration in 1958 until right now, it's already like more than 2 trillion US dollar already spent in this space exploration. So for me, it's really waste of money because for now we know a lot of things. We have like technology, a lot of technology in space exploration right now. We have like I forget the name. It's like a boat or like a drone in Mars, and then in the moon. I think it's the one of the space exploration technology from NASA. But I think it's not really work until now because government is really bad at spending in space exploration, and it's really wasting money and waste time because 2 trillion US dollar from not just from NASA, from around the world in UN that I get the data. It's really wasting money and time. Why? Because right now, we jump to our situation right now. We have like a lot of pandemic right now, COVID-19 pandemic, but the spend money in space exploration is it's really more than we spend with our pandemic. With our pandemic, like how to make a cure, maybe like how to make a vaccine or something like that. So
yeah, I mean, he said the budget for space exploration, space program like NASA is more.
Okay.
It should be allocated to handle the COVID pandemic.
I'm sorry, because... Marvin, wait a second.
Okay.
Let Noya finish, okay? I will tell you when you can start, okay?
Yeah, it's my budget. So I think it's the budget of from space exploration. I think we can move it to our pandemic right now because it's really worth than we spend it in the space exploration because we know a lot of fact that in space exploration we want to make a new planet, like Mars want to make a new atmosphere, and then how to bring water in there. But I think it's really wasting time and it's waste a lot of money But we in our world, we still have like a lot of pandemic and suffering things, like pandemic things, and even our atmosphere, it's more bad. I think if we spend it to our world first, like we can fix our atmosphere maybe, so we're not really wasting a lot of time and lot of money in space exploration, but we can fix our our world by that money. And we cannot force technology, because technology come by itself. As example, gravitation, and then we know things about electric. It's come by itself. It's not really not really worth to spend on space or space exploration for me. That's the thing.
Okay, are you done with your opening statement, Noya? You still have one more minute, but if you want to,
no.
If you want to let Marvin take over, that is fine too. Marvin,
you can
go for it. It's the opening statement for yes. Okay, Marvin needs to reconnect. That's good. Just in case, that's good. Gives me some time to welcome those who are just joining us right now. We are. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are live. We are live on twitch.tv/EnglishSpot and also on YouTube. If you want to be a part of this experience, well, join the English Hub Discord server. And of course, if you have any questions, hold on with your questions. And when I ask you, you see there's a part here, part 4, where you can make comments to our panelists. So just hold on to your questions, and you will be able to ask them questions. Oh.
Can you raise Marvin, because Marvin getting disconnected?
Okay, very good. Yes, I am bringing Marvin back. Right, Marvin.
I'm very sorry.
No problem.
I don't know what's wrong with my phone.
No problem. Your 5 minutes is starting right now. Go for it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me start off by citing the data made by Euroconsult listing the world government expenditures in the year of 2020. So it's last year, with USA leading with $47.7 billion, which are the 80% of the world's expenditure to amounts $83 billion. So by that data, we can conclude that USA is the leading contribution to the space race. So let's look at its space agency NASA, which is in the year of in the fiscal year of 2021, which is very ravaged by the COVID pandemic. There's like a compromise bill was included as a part of the massive full government funding and COVID relief package based on 21 December and 2020, so months after COVID first started ravaging the country, and this COVID bill increased NASA top line by 3% to 24.3 billion. So it's a lot just for space exploration. But why did I bring up the COVID pandemic situation? Because that same COVID relief bill is the same legislation that aids citizens of the USA through the pandemic. Like there's numbers of urgent matters that should receive the monetary help, but it's budgeted way below what NASA received, like emergency injury, which only received 15 billion, or like paycheck protection program, which only gives like 7 billion, and that COVID bill only allocated 7.7 billion to only 100,000 health workers, But, some of you may think, well, maybe the modern space race isn't so bad at all, Maybe it pushed the limit of humanity above all, Why we don't just relegate space exploration to the private sector? Well, I think it's not really different, because private companies have the political cover of not overly spending taxpayer money, but that doesn't mean that they aren't spending taxpayer money at all, you know. So if you think that the space race should be relegated to the private company because there's no taxpayer funding, you're wrong. Because Amazon, Jeff Bezos, and Richard Branson companies, space company, have like tax-free laws and bailouts, open bailouts by the federal government that makes them can invest their profit somewhere else, like the space race. That's all.
Okay, okay. Did you say that's all? Is that all for your opening statement?
Yes, that's
Okay,
all.
well-
I can expand on that later, but I think that's all.
Well, thank you so much. I know the time is still ticking, but I just want to give you a big round of applause. Thank you to both of you for this amazing opening statement. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. That's a powerful argument right there. A lot of powerful arguments were mentioned. Right? But of course, as with every issue out there are two sides to the story. So what we're going to do is, of course, move on to the next stage. Unfortunately, we were just notified that one of our panelists cannot make it, but that's okay because we have Sapphire ready to go. So what I'm going to do is move on to our opening statement, no side. Sapphire, it's really up to you if you want to take 5 minutes or if you want to speak longer than that. Don't feel pressure to speak longer, but it's really up to you. You have up to 10 minutes since
I'd like to speak for times, but I haven't prepared a really long speech.
Yes. So just
yes, I'll just go with the plan. Yes.
Yeah, so let's just go with
Yes.
what you have,
So-
okay? All right, everybody.
Let's go.
The opening statement for No Side. Time, start.
So, I'm Sapphire. So, a wonderful evening and afternoon or good morning to you. So, there's this allusion to Martin Luther King, if you're wondering what it is. So, starting it. I have a dream of a society where all the wants of the people are fulfilled. I have a dream of a society that perseveres without innovation, of a new world that conceives without conception. But I know, certainly, if I ever encounter a world like that, it is not human. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here not as a representative of my thoughts, but as a solemn representative of the inventors, researchers who have brought forth humanity, wisdom, and a plethora of inventions that we so dearly treasure. As we grow, our wants grow, as we progress from our high school to college, to marriage, to parenthood. Our wants and needs constantly evolve. There's never an end to the list of the things that we desire. As we see the population spike up, the Earth reaching its carrying capacity, there's an immediate need to innovate, not just to preserve Earth, but to improve it, to terraform other planets, make them habitable. There will always be an opportunity, and we gentlemen must never shy away from the innovation and grand challenges that seem impossible at the first glance with that silly excuse. Although it may seem far-fetched, space exploration is a responsibility we have towards our future generations. Just as we are glad that Thomas Alva Edison did not give up on inventing light bulb, our future generations will cherish our boldness in exploring the unknown. I'd like to dismiss the notion that space exploration doesn't solve earthly problems by reminding all that have gathered here that inventions like artificial limbs, insulin pumps, LASIK surgery, solar cells, water filtration systems, and much more that are made possible by space exploration. Not only these inventions solve earthly problems, some of these are quintessential for healthy lifestyle. Without space, we wouldn't have CAT scans, MRIs that are absolutely essential for monitoring and treating of deadly pathologies like cancer and tumors. So I'd like to ask all that have gathered here, are these inventions not worth the budgets that are being drastically cut year by year? Lastly, the endeavor to explore the depths of the space is a great ambition. It doesn't directly provide food and welfare for the hungry children, sick, and the vulnerable. Rather, it incentivizes innovation that can be spun off to create reliable systems and technologies whose value, I dare say, is much higher than what is spent on the exploration of them, whose value we cannot put a price tag on, for they will usher welfare for generations to come. This is Sovereignty. I'm resting the case. Thank you.
All right. Sapphire, is that all for your opening statement? I just want to make sure.
Oh yes, it was very short.
Yeah,
Because,
but
my
that's
partner-
good. No, but it was also filled with lots of information. So thank you so much for that. Thank you. Wonderful. All right. Let me turn off the timer here. Okay. Well, listen, everybody. This is exciting. We are going to go to part 2, which is the rebuttal, right? So we're going to go to both of you, Noya and Marvin. You can just either take turns or just speak again in turns, or you can speak together and try to address the points that you have just heard by made and mentioned, raised by Sapphire. Okay, guys, are your microphones working?
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, guys, so your time is starting right now.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
That point you raised, Sapphire, like the CAT scan, is because of the space race. You know, like the first space race in Cold Wars until now, USA government spends billions upon billions just for like the humanity to achieve CAT scan. Like,
Trillion.
can you show another example that really benefit humanity other than just machinery for space? Like the CAT scan, it's because the machinery itself, right? Like where's the space, like the benefit, like the real benefit other than the machinery just made for the space race,
So I think I want to debate again. You say like about humanity. You say about humanity. Yeah, that's why I think like innovation. We really need innovation. Like year by year, day by day, era by era. And then we still need innovation, but we need to know our situation. We not just spend like billion. We already spend like a trillion. Trillion things for space exploration. I think
right?
it's good for innovation, but we need to know our situation. What we have. We have like more important things in our world than in the space.
Right.
So
Like we can progress in space race, but where does it end? Like where does it end? That it's just benefit humanity, but it doesn't doom it all. Like the space, like the race to Mars. Like that Mars rover. Like what humanity gain for exploring Mars? Like what are the benefit for that?
yeah, I just I see like the progress. Yeah, I see the progress just for the technology. It's like the progress is only in technology, no progress like the real mission of the space exploration. It's like I think we can meet a new things. Maybe we meet new things. So we can like land in Mars or something like that. But right now we see like we spend a lot of money, but we just like I just see the fact it's like they just
Yeah.
go vacation in there, just go.
Like,
I don't know, just go out of nowhere and don't go
Yeah.
for the mission.
Yeah,
Elon
like
Musk.
this,
Yeah.
it's more urgent than space race. Like in the world, there's still hunger. There's still like FGM. There's like still virus. Like there's tons of human made mistake that doesn't allow us just to think about leaving the Earth, leaving all of this planet, which is the purpose of space exploration.
We just okay. Beside the other things, okay, we focus on today or today case or like a pandemic right now. Okay, you know, spend on pandemic right now. UN spent on the pandemic. It's only like a 157 billion US dollar just for the vaccine or something like the humanity or something like that. But UN spend in space exploration more than 157 billion. It's about like I forget. I already calculated it like from eight websites. Maybe it's about 200 or more than 200 billion US dollar just to spend in space exploration. I think that's mean like we just wasting money for something there is no real result for now. But we have something more important problem in our world. But we spend it more lower or more short than the something like really, yeah, really, I don't know how to say, really not important for our humanity right now.
Okay, you still have 5 minutes, but what do you think? Do you think you've exhausted your rebuttal, or do you have more arguments or more points to respond to? Hello.
Okay. We just think about. Okay.
Marvin,
we just think about
I don't
that.
know if I can hear you, Marvin. Can you try and use
Marvin,
your
are
mic?
you there?
If you can't,
I
then
think
you have to reconnect again. I'm sorry about that. Okay, go ahead, Noya.
So I will continue again. So we think like so the world thinks space exploration is really important, but there is no result in there. It's according to the data. So our world, like compared to space to something like unimportant than something important in our own world. So like it's like really wasting money, time, and anything. Yeah, I think we don't need to stop the space exploration. We just need to cut the spending. Maybe like more lower than something like more important than us. Like right now we have a pandemic. We have something like a pandemic or something like children. Yeah, in other country that really needed like money or something like that. I think that's why for me it's really more important than the things in the space right now.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Marvin, maybe Marvin can reconnect. Just give me a second. I'm communicating with her right now. Marvin, are you back? The time is still ticking. You still have time to respond. Okay, yes. I think she'll be able to join us in a moment. Hi, Marvin. Yes.
Okay, can you hear my voice?
Yes, you still have three minutes.
Okay.
So if you have something to add, here's your chance.
Yeah, I mean, I wanna ask you to list other examples, because the other examples that I searched, like Mars rover, its mission is just for searching like a symbol of life. Like, is there life in Mars? Is it habitable for human in Mars? But can you ask the question? Can you backtrack that question? Why don't we preserve this life in Earth? Like this Earth, there's still habitable for human, but it's just so polluted, and the allocation for fixing our whole world is not enough. It's not enough to other countries. Like the Africa is still the poorest continent. We still stealing each other resources, but we are now like what, running to other planet, but the Earth is the most habitable planet. Like, we should fix this Earth first. We should backtrack that progressive, and we should conserve of what we have. Like a billion years of evolution is to create humanity, to create animal, to create plants. This is the most habitable planet for us. Like the other planet, it may save for human, but like it's in the future, in far more future. Like for now, we can ask ourselves, we should fix this planet first, rather than like racing to explore race, racing to like what, photograph the black hole. Like what benefit does the photo of black hole have? Like we just photograph that. Like that's all.
All right. If that's all, well, you still have minutes to go, but that is fine if that's your rebuttal. Thank you so much. That was really great. Thank you, guys. A big round of applause. Okay. Well, Sapphire, you have a tough nut to crack. Both of them spoke eloquently on this topic, and now it is your turn to respond to their points. You have 10 minutes. Of course, you don't have to take up the 10 minutes, but your time starts right now.
I'll try to be very precise in my statements.
Okay.
I probably won't take 10 minutes. So Marvin has started with this argument, this notion that, okay, CAT scans, really? CAT scans? Okay, you spent $2 trillion on a CAT scan and inventing MRI machines. And there are no marvel of spaces there are made with materials available on the Earth. Why can't you just allocate research dollars to them and, hope on the scientists that they would suddenly make a CAT scan machine out of nowhere? The thing is, we say this. We have this saying, right? That the need is, the mother of all the inventions. So when you really have a space program, it basically means you have a set of challenges that you need to achieve, and you're forced and you're incentivized to think hard about it, to form solutions about it. So we had this need to photograph a moon and send them back to Earth. So we had to do something. So they used the Doppler's theorem and they used a bunch of theorems and they assembled all the parts together and they made this MRI machine. So, let's say we don't have a moon mission, and you cannot really expect anyone to suddenly get that idea and make it, because there's really not a need they see to make it, and there's no financial incentive. So we live in a world where free market dominates the world. So unless you have some entrepreneurial spirit and a profit, an economical profit, you're not going to go and do it. And we have this another thing that we have global warming, we have hunger. Why don't we just put the tax dollars here and solve these problems magically? Time and time again, the mechanisms that are being currently employed to solve and reach the goals set in the Paris Agreement, they're getting proven ineffective, because we see China will reach our carbon peak by 2030, and by 2060 will be carbon neutral. But some economists say, we'll be well over the deadline by then, and we'll reach the 1.5 centigrade mark set by the United Nations and the Paris Agreement. So as a taxpayer, I put my money in what is valuable to me, what seems feasible to me. And when I look at these climate changes and stuff, we see these governments postponing it, and they just keep increasing their deadlines. I don't want my taxpayer dollars to go there, and just sort of dance around there, and they do nothing. And they just take $20 billion to increase the deadline. I don't want to do that. And UN spent over $150 billion tackling the coronavirus pandemic, and our space allocation is much higher. So I don't need to talk to you about UN. I don't want to get into political stuff. But recently, a team of UN researchers were sent to China to find these samples and the origins of the virus. But they failed to do so. Why? Because China is a permanent Security Council member. And there's this sort of narrative across the internet, and it is approved by some notable researchers too. And they say China forced them to take on their narrative and spread it to the world, but they decline. And we see these mechanisms failing. So I don't want to spend money on UN either. And we have more important issues. That is true, Marvin and Noya. We have more important pressing issues to deal with on the Earth. For example, hunger. And we have a lot of vulnerable people. We have the rich are enjoying the fruits and the poor are getting paid low wages. There's a lot of pollution, especially in developing countries, because the developed countries are mostly in the service sector, and all the manufacturing is happening in the countries we call third world countries, right? So that burden, it falls on you, because when you look at the per capita emissions of developing countries like China and India, they're much, much lower than what we see in the US. So we see that spending more money on efficient technology will just increase the emissions. We have this opposite of the intended effect, because people think we can pollute more and they'll come clean up after a mess that is in there. And according to data, space exploration has been proven useless countless times. This notion put by Noya. I don't quite agree with it, because from your braces, transparent braces, to artificial limbs, they're all byproduct of space exploration. And not only CAT scan, but a lot of life-saving technology like water purification system. So the thing you're donating to the African countries that you mentioned before. So our water purification system is quintessential, very essential for life in different African countries, because the water is really polluted there, and they don't have economic welfare good enough for the government to provide them safe, portable drinking water with the taxpayer money. And leaving a planet is no good. And what is the Mars rover about? So the Mars rover Curiosity is about finding signs of ancient life. Not only that, it had many mechanisms to basically look at the water percentages and look at the humidity and the radiation that reaches and hits the Martian atmosphere. So it helps the early settlers of the Mars, our future generations, to plan out better. And it also helps us save countless of lives that have otherwise be lost in the Martian atmosphere, because you failed to send a rover before, and you allocated the tax dollars to saving, to solving hunger problem that could otherwise be, allocated to space instead. And this does not really justify the cost, because you're risking the lives of the astronauts for the lives of the people here on Earth. And whenever we look at these debate issues, there's this really one thing that's interesting, right? We have the opportunity cost argument. So what I'd like to say is, it's quite subjective. So for some people, Earth is more important, and some people believe in the future. They say, hey, we can leave the Earth for good, and based on the technology that we have invented, we can basically then terraform the Earth. So recently, a team of Harvard researchers, they devised a plan on terraforming Venus to inject oxygen in it, and we have this rocket space elevators to deliver to deliver goods efficiently. To the Venus. So that technology can then be employed here on Earth to pump out these massive greenhouse gases. And recently, Bill Gates and Blue Origin, they were working on a technology called Anti-Greenhouse Effect. So they started by injecting sulfur into the atmosphere to create this anti-greenhouse effect. It basically, let me explain you the term greenhouse effect in layman language. So we have these emissions, right? They are talking about the pollution. But what is pollution? It's basically carbon dioxide and chlorofluorocarbons and a bunch of other chemical substances that go to the atmosphere, get stuck, and they absorb more sunlight. So without greenhouse gases, our Earth will be 24 degrees colder, and it'll make some of the parts of the Earth inhabitable. So when this effect is enhanced because of our pollution from 1700s, the industrialization, it basically makes our Earth hotter, right? And it basically kills off different ecosystems, and it melts glaciers, sea levels rise. So that is greenhouse effect. But how can we tackle it? Space exploration has the answer. And so that notion can therefore be dismissed, I believe. And yes, this is by far the most habitable planet. And Marvin also agreed that in the far future, we might find a better planet that is better than Earth, and we might even colonize Mars to be like Earth by terraforming it. So yeah, I agree with you, Marvin, because you basically agree to my point, because we need to look forward to our future, and the government isn't really inefficient at allocating funds, like Noya said, because government has this capitalist view. So there are two things in economics. One is the consumer good, and another thing is the capital good. So consumer goods, they basically satisfy the needs of the consumers in a short term, And the durable goods, like capital goods, when you spend time on making them, you can't really enjoy it instantly. But after 4 years, maybe 10 years, the production capacity of the country is increasing. And then you can produce more goods than ever before, and you can reap the fruits. So you just have to wait, and in the future, you'll benefit. So that is the conservationist point of view that the government and the traditional economists follow. And yes, yes. Oh, and another thing is, if you want to allocate space dollars to making peace on Earth and solving the problems here on Earth, why don't I suggest you look towards the military budget of different countries? 260 billion by China, 71 billion by India, and 780 billion or something by the United States. So that's far, far higher than what we are spending right here on space research. So I suggest you first make peace here on Earth and spend those dollars on solving your problems. And if that is not enough, then you can talk about taking the taxpayers' money from space research. And also, Noya, you didn't want to stop space research.
I'm sorry, Sapphire, but you've just run out of time. I'm sorry. I'm surprised.
10 seconds.
I hope you can do that during the free exchange.
Hello, can you still hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes. Sorry, Sapphire, you're going to say something? No? Okay, thank you so much. Wow! This was exciting. What a great rebuttal from both sides. To be honest, I'm on the fence right now because of the strong arguments from both sides. Okay, very well done. All right, everyone. Well, before we move on to our part 3, which is the free exchange, I just wanted to mention that these debates happen every Friday. Next week's debate is the topic is cryptocurrency. We will be discussing the question if cryptocurrency can be trusted or not, or whether cryptocurrency is a trap. So if you are interested in debating this question, please send me a message on Discord, because we are still looking for volunteers for both yes side and no side. So just let me know if you're interested in debating, and let me know which side you would like to pursue. The requirement to take part in this debate is to prepare a 5-minute opening statement, and of course stay for the rest of the debate to interact with others. All right, everyone, and now going back to our space exploration debate, we are entering part 3, free exchange between our two sides.
Okay.
Right.
Can I go first to reboot that Sapphire point?
Sure. This is a free discussion, so go for it.
Okay. Sapphire, that point you said before, like that Mars Curiosity is just for founding an ancient life, and there's like Blue Origin by Jeff Bezos. They employ like greenhouse, like, but do you really think in your heart that Jeff Bezos, like out of all the people in the world, truly care about the advancement of humanity? You know, like Jeff Bezos, like in Europe, he doesn't even pay taxes. Like he provided like 40 billion euros in 222, but his company tax filings suggest it did not pay any corporation tax in Luxembourg, where it filled tax paperwork, you know. So the technology, like the greenhouse thing, I know it is very benefit for all of the humanity, but I don't think it will be commercially public for all of the humanity for use, you know. Like it's just make all the rich people, all the wealthy rich, the ultra rich know the experience. Although they are untrained, they can experience what it's like to be astronaut, what it's like to run to other planet if climate change or other asteroid or all of the tragedy went to Earth. They can run to the other planet, you know. Like, I don't think it benefited at all. Like, Blue Origin, really Jeff Bezos' own company.
Maybe there was a connection problem. All right, then others can jump in. Maybe Marvin, you can reconnect during that time. Sorry about that, but it seems like we've lost you again.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm finished. I thought this is a free rebuttal. Sapphire can talk over me.
Yes. By the way, Sapphire, what did you want to talk before the question?
I was informed to. Wait. Let me try to. There was this keyword inefficiency. I wanted to talk about that. What was it? I don't quite remember.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
You agree with my point. Like, it doesn't justify the cost. You said that before. Like, okay, maybe there's advancement of here and there, but it doesn't justify cost. You agree with my point, and I agree with your point that this space exploration is not really a waste of time and money, but it should be done like this budget, all of this, but it should be done in the future where maybe art is more secure place, art is more safer place for art to live.
Yeah, just don't really spend a lot of really lot of money just for this. Maybe we can go balance at all things for now.
What do you propose spending on, or what do you want to spend it on rather?
So we spend we spend on space exploration right now. We spend it, but we know like we have a lot of we already a lot of spend in space exploration for from greenhouse project. Like what you say, I agree with you say about project.
Say you were given
what?
Say you were given the entire budget of the NASA and SpaceX. What would you do?
I think we have like not all of budget. It's not really go for for space exploration. We have like a lot of things.
I think I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think there's still a distinction between like Blue Origin and SpaceX, because NASA do use SpaceX machinery, but Virgin Galactic, which is owned by Richard Branson, and Blue Origin, which is owned by Jeff Bezos, is not like on par with NASA. They are just a suborbital space vehicle. They do not yet fly high enough to orbit Earth, and are therefore in a whole different category.
Just to make my stance clear, I don't support these private organizations, Blue Origin and Virgin Atlantic, because there's not really much innovation going on. And another thing you might want to just rack it in your brain is that these two organizations, they are operating in the service tourism sector. So unless you can defund the tourism sector and allocate all the money from the tourism towards solving the hunger in Africa, I don't think it really warrants this notion that they should be defunded too much, because we live in a free market world, right?
That's the thing, though.
So what consumers want is what we get.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Like, ethically, they have no obligation, to give out the money for people. Like, they earn their money. Amazon, like Jeff Bezos, earn their money. Like, he shouldn't like solve world hunger. Like who he is, but ethically, he can. That's the thing, though. Like, he doesn't pay taxes anywhere. He should be, He doesn't. He doesn't have obligation, but he should be. This is the gray area of ethically.
The argument is that he doesn't really pay any taxes. Okay, well, consider this. Let's take Ukraine, for example, where there's a proportional tax. Proportional tax is everyone has to pay the same amount of tax. But Ukraine used to have 90%, that is the proportional tax, which it basically means that as you get richer, you pay more tax. So that really, kills the spirit of entrepreneurship, right? You don't want to, get promotion because you're going to pay more in taxes. You don't want to go set up a company in your country because you're going to pay more taxes. So what the American government is doing is they're just putting in these lot of exceptions, and it's not because he has a lot of political influence, which he has, but it's rather because of this multiplier effect. So the end result is good. Like the money these people have, it trickles down. It trickles down to these delivery people and these employees that Amazon they buy employees. So
Now, okay. Now like you're talking about Amazon employee. Like what do you think that Amazon employee that their warehouse worker think about Jeff Bezos? Like they only get paid like $15 an hour. They might be wondering like where are those profit? Like why my salary is an increase? Like what why the fuck? Sorry, why the fuck? The profit of that is invested into the Blue Origin. Like why did invest that? So you can go to space just for 10 minutes. Like Amazon is the best place for employment.
Actually, we're going off topic. I just took that example of Amazon to
Oh
illustrate
yeah.
how potent the multiplier and trickle down effect is.
Yeah, but
So
the Blue Origin have their money funneled somewhere. Don't you think it funneled somewhere because Jeff Bezos avoid tax here and there because he doesn't pay fairly?
So, okay, let me get this clear. You're saying Blue Origin should defund its program and rather put the money for a philanthropic cause like Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Do you think so?
I'm not saying it should be like defunded completely. Like it's Jeff Bezos' prerogative. It's his likeness to destroy that or not. But it's billionaire space race. Like Jeff Bezos will create a space exploration whether others are not. Like he just wants to compete with others. Elon Musk, Richard Branson. Like sooner or not he will have his own space agency. Like what are the things that Amazon not own right now? Like he owns Washington, like that Washington has paper. He owns Goodreads. He owns everything. So of course, eventually he will own space agency.
Although your points are valid, I think we're going off topic because we're discussing about the allocation of taxpayers' money, right? So we can't really talk about private individuals because it's what they want. It's their money. They can do anything they want because you have $50. You don't want me to be telling that go buy a literature book and start reading Bowen Shakespeare's poems.
Well, yeah.
So you don't want me to.
It's their money. No. It's their money, but I'm saying my point is before like there's this not paying taxes things, like 40 billions in record sales but no paying taxes, like but so if there's no paying taxes the taxpayer like what paying it but not like overtly paying the Blue Origin but by like avoiding taxes the taxpayer like paying. I don't know what the word is. Yeah, I mean it's spending taxpayer money, but not overly like the government. But yeah, avoiding taxes, it's making Amazon easier to build a space agency, don't you think?
All right, guys. I wonder if there is more points you want to discuss. What do you think? Do you think?
We can.
Yeah, I can give you a little bit more time. Yeah, we've already gone for more than 10 minutes, but if you want to still go back and forth before we go into our question period, go ahead. I'll give you a few more minutes. Is that okay?
Noya?
Noya, what about you?
No. I don't have anything.
Okay. So, all right. Well, maybe in that case, we should move on to our part 4 because some people are really eager to talk to you guys and ask you questions and make comments. So I have a list of speakers. Some of you have already indicated your willingness. And we have on the list, first on my list is Mr. Keys. Mr. Keys. So first of all, let's go to our part 4 of our debate.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Mr. Keys, if you would like to ask the question or make a comment, the floor is yours. Let me unmute you. Okay, there you go, Mr. Keys.
There we go. Hello, how's it going, everyone?
Hi,
all good?
welcome to the panel. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I had three kind of things that I wanted to touch on very quickly.
Okay.
Number one, I felt like a lot of this debate was talking about taxes and economics. If I'm not mistaken, the topic should have been about space exploration and whether or not it's a waste of time, not money. That's where I joined in late. Maybe there was a bit of a discussion before I arrived. That's fair enough. There's two things that Marvin said, one thing that Marvin said, one thing that Sapphire said, and then one point that I'd like to make myself. So, Sapphire, I believe you said that there are people who don't want promotions in the proportional tax system in case you end up paying more in taxes. That's not how proportional taxes work. So if there's a different tax rate for people earning over £50,000, let's say, for example, it jumps from 10% to 20%. If you're earning £51,000, you're not taxed on the whole 51,000. You're only charged on that extra 1,000 that's above the 10% tax bracket. So you can never actually lose money through paying more taxes through a promotion, because that's not how proportional taxation works. The other thing that Marvin said was that Jeff Bezos can cure world hunger. What you have to understand about capital and wealth is that it doesn't exist in liquid form all of the time. Yes, Jeff Bezos is worth billions. His salary is like $80,000 a year. I'm not saying that he doesn't have millions and millions sitting there in the bank, but he certainly doesn't have the billions that it would require to cure world hunger. Now, the thing that I wanted to make, the point that I wanted to make myself in terms of whether or not space exploration is a waste of money, is that I feel like this debate was very much focused around looking at space exploration as an investment. In other words, we have to be getting something back from it, otherwise it's not worth the money. To that, I say that we put money into a whole lot of different things. If you look at something as a sort of a research topic or an area for to expand our knowledge about ourselves and the universe, I don't think there's anything wrong with pumping money into that kind of system to learn more about the world that we live in. Cancer research, for example, we don't have any cures for cancer, but yet there's still been billions and billions put into it in the hopes that someday we find something that will be worth all of the money, the time, and the effort. And even if we don't find an almighty cure, we might still learn important things along the way. And that's why we fund things like cancer research. Space exploration, I would argue, is probably round about the same kind of thing. So you put money into it. Yes, you don't actually know what you're looking for. You're not looking to get a specific result from it. But the fact that you're able to learn things along the way and potentially even maybe find something in the future that could be groundbreaking for us. I mean, we are such a small part of the universe. It's perfectly reasonable to assume that there's so much out there that could help us that we just haven't been able to access yet. So my question, I suppose, would be, from a research perspective, don't you think it's important to invest money into space exploration so that we can perhaps maybe learn things about ourselves and our universe in the future?
Thank you so much, Mr. Keys. That's awesome. Would you like to respond? Both sides can respond to this comment.
All right. So thank you, Mr. Keys, for connecting me on how the proportional tax works. So I know there is tax slab, and not everyone loses money by paying high taxes as your salary increases. But it is well known in the field of economics that proportional tax actually discourages investment, and a regressive tax, if employed, would actually boost enterprise. So, and that's all. And I guess your questions were mostly directed towards Marvin and Noya. So I'll leave it to them.
Okay, Noya, do you want to answer? Should I?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay, Mr. K, I mean, I'm just saying about Jeff Bezos because he is the richest man in the world. I'm just making an example out of him. Like, I'm not saying he should redistribute his money. I'm just making an example out of him because he's relevant. Like, he has a space company. He is the richest man. He has Amazon.
Don't you think that through his use of money to further himself, he does benefit the lives of thousands of people? I mean, if Amazon was never a company, I know that there's arguments to be made that his workers aren't paid enough, but I mean, those workers wouldn't be paid at all if he didn't start Amazon. You wouldn't be able to order a product and get it delivered the next day if it wasn't for Amazon. So yes, I know it's easy to point at billionaires and capitalists and say how they could solve all these problems. But the reality is the capitalists and rich people and billionaires, these companies actually provide a lot of comfort and luxury to our lives that we probably wouldn't want to live without. So I just think it's a bit, I don't know, I think it's very easy to point to billionaires and say, well, you should be curing this, you should be curing that. I think if you're going to do that, you have to acknowledge the good that they already bring to the world.
Thank you so much, Mr. Keys. Yes. Normally you just speak once, but thank you for raising those points. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, to answer your question, should we invest money in space exploration? I think the budget for space exploration is way too outrageous for right now, you know. To have the minimal amount, like the result is not really relevant right now. Like the point that Sapphire said before, like CAT scan, water purifier, is just too simple result, you know, for space exploration. I think that budget should be like cut down by like half or 25%, because that money should be relocated somewhere else. I don't think it should be relocated like in Africa, you know, like Africa is the poorest, let's just give it the money, but it should be slowly redistributed to all the sectors, you know. It shouldn't just there shouldn't be just one sector, one poor sector we focus on, but that money for space exploration, I think it should benefit this planet Earth first.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now we're going to move on to the next question. I believe Zaina is next on our speakers list. Zaina, did you want to make a question or a comment? Hello, Zaina. Is your microphone working? Zaina, yes. I've let you in. No, if we can't, then I'm sorry. Perhaps you can type your question or your comment. Yes, it's not working. Okay, we'll try again. And in that case, the next person on my list is Take the Eye. Take the Eye. Where are you? Take the Eye. Did you raise your hand? I don't see you raising your hand in... Okay. Take the Eye. I don't see you in the room. All right. Well, in that case, we're going to go to Zainab. Zainab? Zainab or Zainab? Okay. You are next to ask a question or make a comment.
I was told my friends could be here. I could ask questions.
Well, I tried to get them in. The mics are not working. You are, you know, everyone speaks separately. So yes. So I will give them a chance. Everyone has a turn.
Oh, okay. I have my question ready right here.
Okay.
Let me just
sure.
Let me just find it real quick.
Okay, Zaina. Let's try again. Zaina,
okay.
Are you able to speak now?
Yeah.
Okay, Zainab, go ahead.
Okay. I think it's a waste of money because I think the Earth is actually round and not space is fake. Look.
Sorry, are you saying the space is big, large?
No, fake.
Oh, it's fake. Space is fake. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Would anyone like to respond to that?
No, I would like to add on to that. The Earth.
Okay, well, thank you so much. All right, we'll move you to the audience. Thank you so much. And would anyone like to respond to that? Space is fake, guys.
I think I think space is not really fake. We can still do research about space exploration, but like Marvin say, we just can to cut the budget or to space exploration, because even our own world is not really explore really well, because there's a lot of ocean. It's not really well to explore right now, and then we need to, maybe we can to location the budget to there to other exploration, maybe not just for the first one exploration. So yeah, we still focus to we can still focus to this. We can do the other thing at the maybe we can make a new technology of the others from the other things. We can still space exploration, and I think a space or like you say like space is fake. I think it's not. Space is not. It's not fake at all.
Okay, very good. So so we have. Would the Sapphire like to respond to that comment that space is fake? Or no? No. If you don't, you don't have to. We can just move on to the next question. Okay, we have Linda on the line. Linda, do you want to ask a next question? Linda is Take the Eye. Linda, go ahead.
Hello. I don't have a question, but I do have a comment.
Comment? Okay, go ahead with your comment.
I just want to say that everyone went off on a tangent, speaking about stuff that's not supposed to be spoken about. Like, you haven't really focused on the topic, which is a waste of money. Is it a waste of money? Of course, it's a waste of money. It's also a waste of resources. The amount of money being spent on space research is in the billions, and it has achieved extraordinary little, except for a bit of improved technology, which would probably come about any other means. So, like, we could have just used that money to improve our Earth. I mean, 70% of the Earth is still undiscovered, and we could have used that money to discover what we live in.
Thank you so much, Linda, for that comment. Would anyone like to respond to Linda's comment? So Sapphire or Noya or Marvin?
So yes, we pumped out billions, we got millions. That's the argument being put forward here. But I really don't think so, because, as I said, certain special conditions create a certain invention. So if you don't have a financial incentive to do something, you won't do it, and we probably won't have MRI machines tracking brain cancers and tumors nowadays. And second thing is, yes, Earth is unexplored. 70% of it is not explored. I don't know where you got the number from, but I'm guessing you were talking about the oceans. So as you go down the ocean, the pressure increases, and it really makes it economically unfeasible to go explore the oceans. And I don't think we can live in oceans too, so we cannot really make it habitable. But rather, we can work on discovering new species and ecological systems and preserving them, like Great Barrier Reef. So that I agree with, and that's all.
Thank you so much. What about the other side? Do you want to respond to that?
Can I say a comment?
Yes, or we're just awaiting. Wait a second,
answer
Zaina.
that.
What?
Sorry.
Noya? Yeah, you can answer that. Noya?
Wait. Yeah.
Okay.
What, Zena?
Okay, no problem. If you want to, we should move on to the next question. So Zaina is back with the microphone. Zaina, go ahead. It's time for you to make a comment or a question.
So I was saying about space exploration, if it's a waste of money or not.
Yes.
I would say it's not, because like there's a reason to go to space. So if you see nowadays, our taxes go towards the government, and the government are giving it to NASA for space exploration. So if we if we say we visit space, like.
Yes. Hello.
Like what?
Yes.
Hello.
Can you continue?
I think it's disconnected.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's too bad. We kind of lost the main point.
Yeah, I don't get the main point, by the way.
Okay. Yes. Well, anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate all your participation, guys. We have next person who is asking a question is Monkey. Monkey. All right. So it's time for you to ask a question.
Oh, I mean, I kind of just wanted to make a
comment. Sure, go ahead, Monkey. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's been said before, but I guess I'll kind of respond to what Sapphire's talked about before with I think terraforming and stuff. That really right now we don't have the ability to colonize the planet at all, and by the time we could, we'll all be dead with the climate stuff. No. We definitely I agree with what he said about the US's military budget, because that is I think quadruple NASA's budget, and yeah, we could probably just put some of that into other things, like space, but also climate change, because we could invest so much money into nuclear power and stuff like that, which could solve a lot of problems, instead of using solar panels and windmills, which really kind of suck and killed animals. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Any response to that comment by Monkey?
Fire, maybe? Want to go first?
Yeah, anyone?
Yeah. So I agree with what Monkey has said. We'll all be dead by that, but I don't think we'll all be dead due to the climate change, because we'll have some kind of ample amount of time before we respond to it. Actually, we are responding to it, but I don't think just reflecting the taxpayers' dollars from space to saving the atmosphere will get us anywhere, because it's already being funded, and you don't really see any enthusiasm in the countries to actually pursue that objective. So that renders it completely useless to pump out $800 billion into it. And the second thing is terraforming and stuff. Yes, it is impossible now, but in 1600s, there was this count in Germany, and he basically went to this guy and he saw him making different lenses with his chisel tools, and he could observe those microscopic beings that are not seen in the microworld. And he got fascinated by them, and he started funding them, and they started to work on the microscope. But people criticized him, saying, what do you get from observing the microworld? But this is perhaps the greatest invention that the medical world has ever seen, and you cannot deny the advancement that the medical field has made by observing things that are small. So you never really know what impact the current exploration project has until you see it yourself.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I wonder if there is any other response to that. I'm just waiting for somebody to.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with your assessment that U.S. military spends way too much on the exploration, and you said, like terraforming is not really viable. I agree with that. Like the terraforming is just need so much resources, so much space, time, and money just for make another planet viable for living. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it.
Well, yeah, it would take like hundreds of years to terraform any planet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Earth itself, the Earth itself goes through like billions of years evolution to make the Earth viable for humanity. Do you think like human-made Mars, like in the Mars, like machinery, the equipment to live in a Mars is made by human is viable to long last the environment in Mars? I don't think so.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with Sapphire, where like there isn't an incentive to do the climate change stuff, because like I don't know.
That's
like,
slightly off our topic today. I'm sorry, Monkey, but we have so many people still wanting to ask a question or make a comment. So I'm sorry, I just need to go on to the next question. The next question is from Zainanab. Hello. Are you going to speak or make a comment? Zainanab, go ahead. Hello, Zainanab. You have to unmute your microphone.
The Earth is a dome.
Oh,
that's
okay.
why we should.
All right, I think he made his point already. Let's move on to the next question, which is from Primus7. Primus, are you here? If not, we are going to move on. There is someone in the audience called Red Riding Hood, and he would like to make a comment or make a question. All right, Red Riding Hood, there you go. The floor is yours.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, yes.
Hello.
To say I'm a girl, not a boy, but
okay.
Morgan, you made the point about you cutting back NASA's budget and or like space exploration's budget. You have to think that there are people who work in that industry who through that budget get paid, and there are people whose lives are dedicated towards space exploration, because humans as people, we are a ever developing, ever growing, curious mindset race. So basically the unknown intrigues us as people, and personally I don't believe that it's a waste of money going towards space exploration, because if we've like cancer, you said that probably wasn't you, but someone said that towards cancer, we'd put billions and billions and billions of pounds into finding cancer, but we haven't found a cure for it. So would you say because we've put so much money into trying to find a cure for cancer, it's been a waste of time, we should just stop because we've had no result?
Okay, I will reply it. I don't say like it's really need to stop it. No, we just need to cut it because I think it's the maybe it's enough like more enough for for the budget. Not really because for now the budget is really over at the space exploration. That's the thing why I say like it's really wasting of money and wasting, I don't know, wasting of time or not, but I think it's really wasting of money because we cannot we cannot over to spend at one thing at all. So yeah, that's why I think like we need to allocate it to the other things. We know like about cancer, right? You say like about cancer, like we spend a lot of money in cancer. Yeah, there's a lot things we spend in cancer, but they in the according to data, I think like in I forget the year, but they allocated it because they have like a more important things than the thing than the things.
Could I just add one thing on quickly before I leave?
Yeah, go ahead.
The building rockets and all of the technology that you need to be able to push something out of our atmosphere is a lot greater than you'd expect. The average price for a rocket can range from 250 million to in the billions, especially ones like the space station and putting satellites up into the atmosphere. And if we didn't have satellites, we wouldn't be able to do this now because we wouldn't have a connection. And that's just, space exploration is very good for the developing race because it's helping us progress through stuff. And if we didn't have satellites, we wouldn't be able to transfer money to different countries, and we wouldn't be able to like develop the way we are now.
Thank you so much for that comment. Thank you so much. Well, we still have so many comments to go through. I see there's one comment made by Tweety. Unfortunately, Tweety cannot join us in voice, so I'll just read out the comment and maybe you guys are interested in responding to that. So Tweety is saying, I would like to see both sides to lay out a clear definition to begin with, because I think that one of the key points of contention was whether these journeys, I guess, to space are those sponsored by the state or whether they are purely for personal benefit. This was later brought out in the side-op during the crossfire round. I feel that in this debate, side-prop focused too much on where this sum of money could go to instead of putting it on space exploration. They mentioned that it could be used to alleviate the impacts of the COVID pandemic to begin with. I don't think this is necessarily a strong point, especially after considering that the pandemic has only lasted for 2 years. Probably could say that it could be used to fund healthcare. Ultimately, this is not an economics-based debate, so focusing so much on the economical side is kind of going off tangent. All right, I would like to say that this is a principle and policy-based debate. So basically, well, it's a long comment. What do you guys think about it? Do you want to respond to Tweety?
Yes. So I agree with her or his first point. With their first point. Yeah, we needed to lay out a clear definition. That was a fault on our point, but this is a learning server, so I guess that warrants it. And yes, we focus too much on where the sum of money could go into. Okay, yes. So, and this is not, I won't respond to that. I'll respond to the third one. This is not an economic space debate. Yeah, so I didn't really use a lot of economic terms, and I believe that I explained the basic economics I used because they were really pulling up these positive references about the money that went into it and the data, right? So I had to respond with some kind of analysis, and the only subject I know could do that is economics, which I studied for a while. And I'm very sorry because you feel it's off tangent. and we didn't really focus on time because time really doesn't do justice to the debate we're talking about here, because when we talk about the time that could be spent on alleviating cancer, finding cure to cancer, it doesn't really make sense. A debate on the monetary terms is more feasible, I believe.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, we have, let me just see what is going on here. I think we are almost done. There's one more user. Zaina wants to go back because Zaina's Wi-Fi cut out. So there was a point that Zaina wanted to make. Let Zaina finish that point. Okay, so where is Zaina? Zaina, I'll let you speak one more time, okay? Zaina, what about now?
Hi,
go ahead.
Yeah. Right, so I wanted to say about before. So I was saying that our taxes that go towards NASA and the military are for space exploration. I think it's a good idea, but they waste too much money on it because of like, if we explore space, we could have a chance to live in space and have a chance to explore the quantum realm of the mechanics you.
What?
I have no idea. I guess this was something.
I think the point is like he just disagree with space exploration. Really a lot of spending money. I think that's the point.
Yeah, he disagree with the amount spending for space exploration.
Yeah.
I think from what I conclude.
Okay, I think we have time for just one more comment, and I believe Patrick is eager to say something. Patrick, where are you? Did you raise your hand in the? Okay, very good, Patrick. All right, you. The floor is yours. Either a question or a comment to our panelists.
I want to make a what you call a comment. Yeah, I'm from the industry. I study aerospace technology and aeronautics, so I think it's my department. Firstly, I have to tell you people that at the very beginning, someone told us we can use this money for better policies towards some minorities or towards other, I don't know, social problems. But the thing is, it's not purpose problems to, like, it's not their responsibility to solve those problems. It's the problem of politicians. It's their duty to solve those problems. When it comes to space exploration, it's not waste of money at all. Do you think that we're just wasting, or we're just throwing every information we're having to the garbage, to the trash? Because it's not a thing for once, like we're sending a rocket, getting a new information, and everything is just gone. No. Do you know? Currently, I'm trying to become professional on composite technologies. Do you know how composites became a really common thing in our life, in our aircraft, for example? Composites used to manufactured or designed just for the space exploration and for spaceships, and now we're using it to make our airplanes safer, much more what you call it, like cheaper, the manufacturing costs and all. And also we are using those technologies in our cars and all. Like it's, for example, carbon made our lives much more easier, and we literally use this technology to for space missions. And also the communication technologies is a great example for that. Like we can basically see the benefits of this technological, I don't know, developments and way they spending money. You can tell that, hey, they're basically sending a rocket. It's not affecting my life, but yeah, it does. We're trying to get a new data and trying to manufacture new products or machines that are going to make our lives easier. And also, actually, the current vision of space exploration is basically based on the economical side. Like, would you, my best or the corporal's best goal or aim is actually an asteroid mining and bringing those resources to the Earth to make our economics, wealthier or much more bigger. And this is really going to solve much more problems than if we try to spend this money on those other policies. Some said we can give this money to the African people, or I think she or the lady said that. I agree. We can still solve this problem, but it's still not problem or responsibility of scientists who try to make our lives easier.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Well, yeah, it was a comment that's rather lengthy, but I appreciate your input. And you, as you say, you are from the industry, so that's very interesting. And would anyone of our panelists like to respond? Thank you, Patrick. That was great. Okay, would you like to respond? Either Marvin or Noya, Sapphire? No? Okay. Well, in that case, or Sapphire, yeah? No? Okay. All right.
So I just like to. I agree with that. That's all.
Okay, you agree with him. Well, thank you so much. Well, everyone, today we debated the question of whether the space exploration is a waste of money. We had some amazing points raised from both sides, and I think the debate went really, really well. Let me just one more time before I let you go tell you that these things are happening regularly on our channel. We are live on twitch.tv/EnglishSpot. Join us, if you want to be notified of these lessons, because this is just one part of our lessons. We usually have discussions on various topics. So check out the channel. Also check out the links. If you are just joining us on Discord, click on my profile and you will see all the links there. Get involved, because we are actually still looking for volunteers to talk about cryptocurrency. Next week, we are going to be talking about cryptocurrency. The question that we will be basically discussing is can cryptocurrency be trusted? This is the thumbnail for next week's debate. So if you are interested in debating this issue, then please send me a message on Discord and I will put you on the panel. So the question again for next week's debate is cryptocurrency, or can cryptocurrency be trusted or not? We need panelists for both sides, for defending cryptocurrency and for warning us against that. So please send me a direct message, and hopefully this will be an exciting debate for you. And just one more thing, if you want to be a part of these lessons, please join our English Hub server. The links are in the video description, of course, so just join the server and just get involved, be a part of this amazing experience. And I hope that you can be on the panel, or you can be live with us in our upcoming sessions. Well, any final comments from our participants? What do you guys think about today's debate? Yes.
I enjoyed talking about this. Sapphire, you were a very good person. You spoke really well. It was very nice listening to you.
Thank you so much, Red Riding Hood. That was a nice comment. Yes. What about our panelists? Do you want to say something about today's debate?
I appreciate Patrick. He has an expertise in defense, so I know he knows firsthand what it's like to work in that industry. And overall, this is a great debate. There's no heated argument. We get our point across without insulting each other. I think this is a great debate after all.
Yes, thank you so much. What about Sapphire and Noya? Do you want to have a final word about today's debate?
Maybe Sapphire can go first.
Go ahead, Sapphire.
Oh, thank you. So I'd first like to start by congratulating Marvin and Noya because of their excellent orating skills. So you guys are great orators, and you really put your points across clearly and succinctly. So I appreciate that, and thank you for keeping this debate friendly, as always, because we, as a server, promote friendliness and the sort of learning environment for learners here. And yes, Marvin and Noya, they were brilliant. They got this opportunity cost argument and stuff. And basically, I went to a lot of debates, formal debates especially, but some of the arguments made here, I didn't quite predict them. So I didn't really have any notes written on them. So great job, guys. That was very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Val. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. Well, just to let you know, we had a poll going on YouTube. We had a poll going on YouTube during this show, and it seems like 70% of viewers answered that no, space exploration is not a waste of money, and 30% of the viewers thought yes, it is a waste of money. So there you go. There's a democratic vote for you, right? And of course, right. So basically, and now the poll is closed. I'm sorry. If you want to support my channel, please do so. I'm on Twitch TV English Spot. That's English SPOT. You can become a fan of the channel. That allows me to do more research and give me more time to do these lessons. Of course, you can follow the social media, and of course all the Discord server links are here. You can also do a one-time donation, and if you want to keep me energized, caffeinated, there's a link right here where you can go and buy me a coffee. That would make my day. Thanks again to all our participants. This was exciting. I hope to see you next week, when we are going to be debating this cryptocurrency. Is cryptocurrency a trap? Can it be trusted? Again, if you are interested in debating this topic, contact me on Discord. Just send me a direct message and say, yes, I am interested. I will be arguing for the yes side, or I want to argue the no side, and I will get in touch with you. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, because after all,
it's Friday.
It's Friday. All right, we gotta get down on Friday, guys. All right. Once again, thank you. I think what we can do from now on is basically move on to the lounge on our server and continue this discussion. I think this would be great to have a post discussion, just a chat. So head over there, and I am looking, as always, I'm looking forward to seeing you next time on English Palette. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye. Thanks again for your participation. This was awesome. What an awesome debate, guys.